In the aftermath of Devon and Virginia's wedding in the latest season of Love is Blind, Virginia says that she was protecting Devon and withheld from asking him or pressing him on certain issues that he was avoidant on because she didn't want him to look bad on TV essentially. And she goes on to say that, it's a cultural thing. And I think, yeah, I do think it's quite prevalent in the black community that black women are socialized to like be about your man, your man, your man. You have to defend your man and you have to stand 10 toes behind your man, whatever they do. I think it's something like, by generation, we are kind of slowly growing out of. But I do think it's quite prevalent. And that's like on top of already kind of women being socialized to kind of give men a lot more grace than they deserve. On top of that, like the black community is quite community based. So I think there's also this pressure, especially when you're on TV, that you like are representing the whole race. So I feel like that is on top of her feeling like she had to protect Devon. And I do feel like a lot of black women do this in dating, in relationships with black men. They'd be letting shit slide that they would not let slide with other races. And especially when they are race loyal. But even if like you're a black woman that dates everybody, I feel like more often than not, you're probably extending more grace than to black men than you would the other races that you're dating. And it doesn't necessarily have to be as extreme as it is in Virginia and Devon's situation. But I definitely feel like it's little things like, maybe you're going to give them one more chance before you block them, when really and truly you should have blocked them the first chance. I'm not above that. I've been there. I've learned my lesson. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for the community. I'm all about solidarity. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I love me a successful black love story. But I do feel like one too many times it leads to ridiculous situations like Virginia almost getting married to Devon and just letting way too much shit slide. And we did see it in real time, specifically with the whole abortion conversation. She went in to like correct him when he was about to say, like, I think men should have a say on abortion. And she corrected him quickly and was like, oh, you think that men should be able to have an opinion on it? Because, have a say and opinion are kind of two different things. I think another thing where Virginia was protecting Devon was on finances. Devon was being very vague with his finances. And he was also very vague with like his job title, like embellishing things. Like he said he was like what do you call it? A football coach at a school, but he's an assistant football coach. Then he said he owned his own business. Turns out like he doesn't own the business. He's a program director for the business. And even when they talked about finances, he was just very vague about how much debt he had, very vague about what he could financially contribute to a potential mortgage. So I think that's why Virginia was slamming down this prenup. And I feel like, again, a lot of black women give black men grace on finances, even though, like, financially, black men should be out earning black women. But nowadays, black women are outperforming. We're up and coming on the financial ladder. But often or not, the messaging isn't now to find a black man who is making at the minimum the same as you. Often black women are encouraged to like give men who make less a chance. And then when the high earning black women give the broke black men a chance, they now have to coddle their ego because their masculinity is hurt by making less. And we see that in real time with Virginia and Devon. Devon is talking about this entrepreneurial business. Virginia is encouraging him with his business and saying, you're going to make all this money, and kind of ignoring the fact that he hasn't really got a plan in place and basically saying, well, you don't have to worry about, your debt and stuff. I can help you pay that off. Like, instead of telling him to get his money up, she's coddling his ego and protecting his ego. And I feel like black women are socialized to do that to black men. And that's just like an extra bit of labor on our part, that we now have an extra job of protecting black men's ego. And often that comes at black women's expense. But like I said, it's happening less and less, and I feel like it's becoming less extreme as, this case study, Virginia and Devon. And it seems like Virginia is done protecting Devon because she's singing like a canary, darling. She's spilling all the tea, spilling all the business. I'm seeing she was paying for all the dates and he's broke and he's dusty. Ow! Protection privilege is denied, darling. But I gotta hear from you guys, specifically black women. We feel like culturally black women are like socialized to protect black men and their egos, and perhaps, give them grace in areas that we really shouldn't be. I've got to hear from you guys.